Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited we're here. We're at day one of my blog outlining course. If you're watching, please say hello in the comments. I want to make sure that I say hi to everyone and I know who's here. Now, so today we're going to be talking about how to research and build an idea library of blogging content. So if you're catching this on replay, obviously put hashtag replay in the comments. And if you have any questions, please also feel free to enter those in the comments. If I get enough of those today, I'll do another live video later this evening at around 9 p.m. Central so that I can answer any questions you guys might have today. So let's see. Oh, so I've attached a PDF here in the group. It's a blog outlining template. I created it back in March, I want to say, and it's really awesome. I've updated it and it's all pretty. So if you haven't done that yet, download that. It's going to be more important tomorrow. So make sure that you grab that. Now, what I'm going to be talking to you today is how to research and develop ideas for your blog, right? So I'm going to go through the step-by-step path that I myself take when researching new topics and ideas for a client or myself. If you've read my copywriter checklist, which I did not post in the group yet, I will do that after this video. But if you've read it, you already know the first 3 things you need to know before sitting down to write copy are: what is your purpose, who is your audience, and what is your service or product. So with these 3 answers in mind, you should have a number of key terms already that, hi Natasha, you should already have some key terms and ideas ready, and you have a great idea about your business, what you do already. So when it comes to blogging, if you're new to it or you've been blogging for a little bit but you haven't been very consistent, I ask you to sit down, write down those key terms. Typically when I get a new client, I have a video chat with them, and then I often send them a questionnaire, which helps provide me with the information that I need so that I understand and know their business, right? Okay. So we're going to create a fictitious client for the moment. It's a purpose of me going into detail of how to do research in order to build an idea library. So Abby runs a health coaching service. She works with women in their 30s and 40s who have well-established careers and families. She helps them through one-on-one nutrition coaching and workout regimens. She has 2 one-on-one coaching packages and 1 group membership option. Okay, so that's our fictitious client or individual or business, okay? She's wanting to increase her number of one-on-one clients and decides blogging would be one of the ways for her to do so, as it would help expand her current audience base and also increase traffic to her website. And if you've been following the live videos I've been doing during my blogging marathon on my business page, well, I've gone over, the reasons you want to blog on your website, what a blog does for you, and also how you can use a blog to expand your audience, right? So Abby hires me to help her develop some blog post outlines, right? I go through her website and I have a conversation with her. I have her answer questions where I get all this information from her about who she is and who her business is and who her clients are. From there, I develop a list of key terms. So when you're sitting down to create ideas for your own blog, I want you to go through and I want you to list the key terms, especially with SEO, because the whole point of a blog is to up your SEO, right? It's one of the main reasons you have one. So as far as the technical aspect side of having a blog is concerned. So develop your key terms because you want your blog posts to utilize your key terms for your business. Now, as far as developing blog ideas, sometimes you're going to get ideas just from writing down those key terms. You'll be like, oh, I could talk about this, I could talk about that. If you're drawing a blank, this is where the research comes in. So what I like to do is, and I thought I was going to be able to do a share my screen with you, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me do that. So what I like to do is I like to go to Google and Pinterest to help me start developing ideas. I like to look and see what other people are doing in the field, right? Especially if it's not my own field. So, and I don't just look at other bloggers, I also look at news articles. Like, what are they talking about in the news? I also like to look up fun holidays, because the thing about fun holidays is you can take them and twist them to where they relate to your business, even if they really have nothing to do with it. Like, so I have a real estate client that I do content for, and it was National Chocolate Cupcake Day, and they're a real estate agent, but I needed a filler post for that day, right? So what I did is I said, I celebrated the day in the post, but I also put in, part of the post was that great tip for when you're showing a house, bake something. Maybe bake some cookies, or maybe bake some chocolate cupcakes this weekend in honor of National Chocolate Cupcake Day, so that you attract more buyers, right? So I did that, and I often like to do that for my clients also. So there's 3 places I recommend checking or doing your research, and the way I do it is I take those key terms and I input them. I go through one at a time into Google, and I look at initially what pulls up for that key term, and I look, and the things that are most common that everybody's writing about, I keep a list of and use those for filler posts, because nobody is going to write a post the same way you will or the same way I will. So I think it's okay to have those, even though everybody else has already done one. Like, so back to our client Abby, the health coach, right? Every health coach has a meal planning article of some type or kind or another, right? But nobody is going to write that. Hi, Tanya. Nobody's going to write that post about meal planning the way Abby, our fictitious client or business owner, is going to write that blog post. So you have your list of filler posts that's all about all the common posts that you often see everybody else writing, as well as like fun holidays and things like that. So that's when you absolutely have nothing you can possibly think of to say. It goes in here. And there's a few websites, and I'll post a link to a couple of the websites that I like to go to for those fun holidays in the comments here later, or I'll probably make a separate post for that. So that's one that builds one part of your library, right? All of your filler stuff, all the stuff that it's good to have, and it's going to showcase your personality, or in my case, my client's personality. So from there, I also like to go into Pinterest. So once I've gone through Google and I've looked at news articles, most popular blog posts that come up via Google, I then go over to Pinterest, and I see what I can find in Pinterest on those topics. So I might, and sometimes when I go to Pinterest, I might put blog at the end of it. And so as I'm going through Pinterest, I will sometimes stumble across a keyword or topic that there's not a lot of information about. When I find a keyword or topic that there's not too much info about, I start thinking and asking questions and thinking about how my client's going to think, what questions they're going to have, what information they're going to want to know. And you as a business owner, you should already know what questions your clients are asking. And if you don't, you need to ask them what questions they have. So for the second list, this is going to be like your new content, your value-driven content. And I like Pinterest for this because the content on Pinterest lasts longer, right? It'll be there for years and years and years. Whereas Google, it changes every single day, right? And same with Facebook. So the things are constantly evolving and changing, and on Facebook and Google, you're not always going to be able to say the same things. But Pinterest, it's there forever. You pin it to your board. Go to other people's boards, and the same piece just keeps being spread over and over. And people keep going back to it and going back to it because they saved it for a reason. They want more about that. So Pinterest, I like to go through when I find those keywords that have less information. And sometimes you'll find that it's not that they don't have a lot of information, but most of the information is for a different sector. So our pretend business person, Abby, is a health coach. So say one of the key terms I put in was, here, let's see. Let's go with the meal planning again. So let's say I put in meal planning and I get all of these posts about how to plan your meals and stick within a certain budget, but I don't really find anything about, or a whole lot about, meal planning with like true nutrition in mind, or I don't find anything with information about, I don't know, like when to eat, right? So let's say all the meal plans, like it's just breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, but it doesn't tell you when to eat those meals, right? Let's say I don't find a lot of information on that. Well, that would be a great way to change her meal planning post and make it into something that's not commonly found or sought after, right? Or not necessarily sought after. You want it something that's sought after but not commonly found, and it's hard to locate. So, and that's just an example, because the meal planning, there's so many meal planning posts, but I've come across topics like that, especially for when I've been working with web designers and coming up with content for them. A lot of times I'll go into Pinterest and there's lots of stuff on how to use Canva or how to use WordPress, but then it's lacking in like the reasons why you want a website or the things you actually need in the website, or how to actually set up a whatever in the website. So that ends up becoming the second list, right? So your list of things that the information that's missing, or the information that it's more difficult to locate, and the information that is value driven specifically for your clients and your audience. And then you have your filler posts. So that's essentially how the research works. And I know it sounds like, okay, I just go into Google. Yeah, you go to Google, you go to Pinterest. I really like Pinterest for it because it is mostly bloggers and you're writing a blog. So I highly recommend going to those two places. A few other places I would recommend is Reddit. Reddit has some great ideas, is a great way to grow ideas. Reading books, reading other people's blogs. And yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about how to use my blogging calendar template. It's in the PDF version is here in the group. You can download it, print it off, whatever you want to do with it. Basically tomorrow I'm going to be going over how to outline your blog posts from your ideas using this template. And I'm also going to go over where and how often you should be sharing your blog posts. I kind of went over that a little bit in a live video I did on my business page a week or so ago, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. I know, Tanya, you had some questions related to that, especially with like how often to share blog posts. The great thing about blog posts is you can share them over and over and over again for years. So we're going to be going a little bit more in detail about how often to share the same blog post and where to do that tomorrow. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I do want to answer any questions that you have. And otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow. And I recommend, if you're trying to come up with some blog ideas, go through, make your keywords list tonight. Feel free to share it in the comments. I don't mind going, and actually I'll create a post for you guys. So I'm going to create a post once I get off here, and I want you to put your keywords in there. Put your keywords, and also tell me what your business is. Give me your keywords and post a business link too. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to help you flesh out some of your keywords if you're having trouble. So that's your homework for today. Make a list of keywords so that I can go over with you and we can start developing that library of content ideas. And I'll even help you guys come up with a few ideas based off of your keywords. So anyway, that's it for today. If you have questions, and if I get enough questions today, I'll come on again tonight at 9 p.m. Central to go over those questions. Otherwise, if I don't get too many questions, then I'll just answer them individually. Anyway, I love all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.